So I wanted to go through a little story and a little example of some options for when you have a little desire for something sweet. So I went to Dunkin' Donuts today. Not what you think. I was going to get an unsweet tea, and I discovered that because some clients told me they go there over Starbucks. So I started going there, and the line is faster and it's cheaper. My Starbucks line is way too long. So on my way to the gym, I like to carry in some sort of a cold drink. So I started going to Dunkin' Donuts. Today I went and I got my unsweet tea, and the lady hands me a picture, not a picture, I will show you the picture next to me. Lady asks me, I have a drink that I want to give you for free. Do you want it? And I said, what is it? She said, it is a carnal crave latte. And I said, I have no idea what that is. And she brought it out, and it was in this size of a container, and it had all this whipped cream, and it was huge. So I said, well, I'll take it home and let my kids divvy it up. And she said they had a misorder and they wanted to give it away. So I thought, well, my kids like little treats, so I'll give it to them, which I did. But I'm always curious. So what does something like that come to, calorie-wise? I always have to know, because that's the pattern I've gotten myself into, is when I come upon something new like that, what is it? What's it made of? And what's the macro impact going to be? I'm always curious. I do want to know. I did take a sip, and it was very, very sweet. And I have a very low sugar tolerance right now because sugar is not a big part of my diet. However, I used to be a sugar addict. So back in the day when it was a big part of my diet and I had sugar all the time, then I needed more sugar to satisfy my craving and to hit the palate. But the more sugar I had, the more sugar I had to have, if that makes sense. So sugar addiction is a big deal. Now, once I've gotten off of that, it's very important to me to always just know what is in the food. I'm just flat out curious. I did some research, went on Dunkin' Donuts app, and in this container was 530 calories, some 70 some carbs, and roughly 15 protein and 17 fat or something like that. And I don't really know what's in it. I know it was espresso and milk and obviously lots of sugar and whipped cream. So my kids brought it home, divvied it up with my kids. And that's fine. You know, my thought on that is, if you have something like this, it's empty calories, so there's no fiber, there's no micronutrient concept to it. So it isn't going to leave you satisfied. It's going to give you a sugar high, and then it's going to leave you wanting for more. So I'm a habits and a systems gal. And what that means is what you put into your routine diet is what really matters. If you have one of these, or something empty calorie like this, or a lemonade, or a sweet tea, or something with just flat out liquid sugar or alcohol, and you do that infrequently, or it's here and there, or maybe once on the weekend or every other weekend, it's not gonna hit you too much. It's when you do this type of stuff, or similar even with food, routinely. I'm talking daily, maybe a couple times a day, maybe 3 or 4 times a week. If you're taking in 500 empty calories like this, times, let's just say 7 to make it easy, that's 3,500 calories. And there are 3,500 calories in a pound. So that's actually very easy. If you were to cut this back, even to 1 a week, in theory, you could lose a pound a week by doing nothing other than just cutting it way back. You're not even on a diet. So therefore, it boils down to food awareness. What are you really eating? And trust me, this is where I was when I was 225 at the birth of my fourth child in 2009. I didn't have food awareness then. I didn't pay attention to numbers. I didn't pay attention to ingredients. It didn't matter because I had no systems. Now I have systems. And now I want to know because I want to protect this house. And I put a lot of work into it, but I feel good and I'm not sugar addicted anymore. So I simply pause and I ask or I look and then I make the decision, is this a good fit for me? Is this something I can eat today or I want to eat? Is this something that I'm going to eat and then I'm just going to want for more? Those are the kinds of things that I tend to ask myself because I'm further down the road and I've really evolved where I once was to where I am now. So, like I was saying, no shame in your game. I do not food shame. It's just food. It's just calories. But do not underestimate the beverage calories because this is one of the most underestimated food impacts in our nation. We don't give credit to liquid calories. And herein lies much of the problem. Because if you're taking down 300, 400, 500 calories per sweet tea, per lemonade, per coffee, maybe multiple times a day, like I said, if you were to even just cut it back, I'm not even saying cutting it out, because I know a lot of us love our drinks. I love my coffees, I love my unsweet teas. Cutting it back is gonna make a big impact in your waistline, in your blood sugar, in your sugar cravings. Something to think about. All you have to do, pause and observe what you're actually doing. Get your baseline. What is it that you're doing on a routine basis? Some of you will say, I do not want to know. Well, that's the problem. But trust me, if you just stop and say, what am I really doing? What am I really taking in? A lot of times your knowledge is your power, and that will give you tools for your next steps, and that will help you make a decision on your next actions. So just put it on your radar. What am I really doing? Go on the apps, go on the websites before you judge yourself, and just say, what am I really taking in and how often am I doing it? And then evaluate from there. So, why do I have this little cup? Because I was really craving something sweet. And it was the end of the day. And to be honest, I was out of food for the day, but I was like, I know my body, it needs a little more. And we discovered this little tropical smoothie cafe recommended by a friend at the gym. So I took my kids there a while back. And they have big items with lots of sugar, same calories, same amount. But then they told me about the kids menu. And when I saw the kids menu, I said, well, you've got a smoothie up there that says strawberries and bananas. Well, why is it 190 calories? And they said, well, there's a lot of sugar in it. I'm like, strawberries and bananas don't equal 190 calories for this amount. And they said, there's a lot of sugar in it, but you can take the sugar out. So guess what I did? I ordered the strawberry and banana smoothie. It's just strawberries and bananas and ice, and I take out the sugar. So it's supposed to be 190 calories. I'm guessing we're coming in at like 75, give or take. But it's a nice little sweet treat. I know what's in it. It's real food, it's fruits. And if I want to have something without the major sugar or calorie impact, then I know I have some options. So don't deprive yourself is a good point. Second of all, you do have options. Third of all, it doesn't have to be huge. You can get the sugar fix. This is a natural sugar treat with something smaller. Order off the kids menu or share with a friend or family member. There are options. So I understand. I didn't go cold turkey with sugar, but I did have strategies on how I could hack it, so to speak, and start to cut it back. And I ask questions when I'm at a menu at a restaurant. I'm that lady, but this is my body and I'm in charge of it. And you have options. My daughter, she ordered her shake. She doesn't do well with a lot of dairy, so she took out the yogurt. The industry is there to serve you, and I empower you to speak up, ask questions, order for what your body needs. So there's some options for you. Hopefully this helps you, and just really survey, what are you putting in your body on a routine basis? Every once in a while, probably not that big of a deal. It's your daily fare, your daily choices, what you're doing day in and day out, multiple times through the day. That will determine what your body's made from at the cellular level. That will also determine what you continue to choose in your upcoming meal and meals and days later. It's all based on what you're currently choosing. I hope that helps. Stay strong, take care of yourself, and have a good day.